everybody, Mackenzie here with Leading Edge Car Care. We just killed it on this thing. We've been working on it for 3 days. We're exhausted, but it looks amazing. Y'all gotta check it out.
Yep, it was hot out here, but they worked really hard. They did a phenomenal job. Like they said, it looks incredible now. I'll show you the footage all the way through the project, what it looked like before and what it turned out to be. Hello again, friends. Back here in the shop, end of another day. I'm not gonna get much done tonight because I'm not feeling great. Yesterday I spent 7 hours outside on the skid steer getting a bunch of mowing not the skid steer, on the zero turn, getting a lot of mowing done. I wish I was in the skid steer or the tractor because that would have been in an air-conditioned cab. But no, it was a long day. Temperatures in the upper 90s, being on that zero turn all day, but had a lot of stuff to get done, clean up that honestly I shouldn't have had to been doing a lot of it. It was right away that belongs to the state, but they haven't been getting mowing done in many months, so it was looking bad. I had literally trees were growing through the fence into my yard, a lot of thorny brush and everything, and then it was looking bad in front of my business. So I spent hours and hours mowing those slopes along the road to get that cleaned up. But yeah, I'm here in the shop just getting a couple things unloaded that came in today. So I have another one of these identical to what I already have, these portable shop AC units. That one's been working great for the last couple of years. But I'm gonna need another one in here next week, so got that over here. I'll be getting that unboxed and put together, and you'll see why I got that. And then I got a little box of goodies here, just more of these marker lights, clearance lights to finish up the upgrades on the toy hauler. One of them in here, because the first one when I opened the box and I reached in, I was like, that's not a marker light. Now, of course, it's going to be the very last one that I get to, yeah. So then a new LED license plate light. So these are going to come over here and be ready for me to get to work replacing all of the clearance lights up at the top there on the back as well as on the front. I'm going to set these here right on top of the box from the other ones, ready for me. There we go. Stay. There we go. Stay. Okay. Everything's good. Hello. I need to finish getting these beehives and stands ready to go. So when I built these, I did them on pallets. That way I can move them around with the skid steer or the tractor. Very nervous about hitting a bump and then the whole hive falling over. So I want to put something on here to be able to strap these down. So I got some eye bolts here, and I'm going to drill down into this frame. There's a big block right under here. So I'm going to put an eye on both sides. I'm going to do similar on this one here. So I'm going to get these hole drilled and get these things installed. All right, getting this last hole drilled here. All right, so now I got 2 of those installed on each of these stands. So now I can run a ratchet strap through there and have these secured onto the stand as I move them around. I was going through, noticed that I have one plug missing from this. Looks like a couple of the pieces are stacked in the wrong order on this one. And also I'm missing a couple of the mounts for the guard on that one. So I need to look around, get some of this stuff together, or figure out something that's going to make it work, because I got to get these things set up quickly because I have bees on the way. Well, we weren't supposed to have rain today, but weathermen changed the forecast this morning from 0% to 60% chance, and we have been getting hammered all afternoon by thunderstorms. And so that kind of threw a wrench in me working on the beehives, getting those finished up. Alfred did help me make another bracket for the mouse guard on there. So I'm going to get that set aside for now. So I am back on the toy hauler project, and in particular getting the license plate light changed out right now. This can be the new LED one. I've already removed the light and the bracket. I got my new side marker lights. I need to go and grab those. I forgot to bring them over here. But yeah, so I got this taken off. This is the back side, and this light that's on here is riveted on. So I'm going to go ahead and drill out those rivets, and it looks like hopefully these new holes line up, and so I can use those existing holes, get this mounted up, and then put this back onto the camper and get this wired up. So let me get those drilled out, and fingers crossed. Otherwise I'll just have to drill another 1 or 2 holes and get this figured out. All right, just ran over to the store and got some posts and screws. So they fit perfectly. They're flat-sided on the posts on the back. Was able to hold those in place. And then got the screws put in from the other side. So that looks good. Also remembered to pick up the new taillights while I was over there. So let me get this buttoned up, and then I'll start taking apart the taillights. Well, I've moved on to the first of the taillights, and things are not going so well. I pulled it out of here, and there are only 2 wires. Well, here's the third one. This is how close they made the connection. And apparently, as soon as I pulled it out of here, that butt connector stayed on the inside of the trailer. That's a small hole. So I'm trying to figure out how to get to it now. I already pulled off this side marker light that I previously changed, and I moved the wires to see if it ran from down there to up here, and there was no movement. So I'm going to open up the door now, and hopefully this is wired up kind of like my cargo trailer behind me, and there's a panel inside that I can remove to reveal wires. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let me open this thing up and see what the inside looks like. Well, it's the next day. It is 4th of July, and been a busy morning running around. Had to run off and get some product for the store, and take care of some other stuff this morning. But I'm back here again. Ran into some hiccups last night with this project. So let's see, where are we at? Let me grab one of the other lights here so I can show you. So yeah, I was working on doing these brake lights, the rear turn signals, and ran into a couple snags. So I went to unbolt this and gently pulled it out, and only 2 wires came out with it, not 3 like there should have been. One of the butt connectors apparently was barely hanging on in there, and so when I pulled it out, thought I had the wire around here somewhere. Maybe I got rid of it already. But yeah, it pulled right out of the butt connector. And this is how short they had crimped, how short they cut the wires off the back of the lights and then crimped these butt connectors on. So these 2, the wires pulled out of the frame, but this one, all I had was this stubby little wire, and the rest of it was back inside. So I needed to get to the wiring. In order to do so, I needed to open this back door. I could not find the key for the padlocks. I went through all the keys on my keychain for this, And the key for the padlocks was not there. I tried all my other keychains, could not find the key anywhere. So several years ago, this camper was stolen. It was involved in a low-speed chase that lasted a few miles and went onto the interstate. When I got it back, unfortunately, there was, a few little minor things I had to fix, some locks that were broken, and some of these padlocks that were on here were damaged. So I replaced all 4 padlocks, but I have no idea where the key was. So last night I was tired, didn't want to mess with it. So I cleaned out some other stuff that was in the garage portion here, plugged in, ran the AC units, and tested some lights and just checked out, see what all was working, what other things I need to pay attention to. And so today got back to this, we cut off the padlocks. And when I started working on this, I realized it wasn't going to be that simple either, because you'll see that on these old ones, it was, just a flush mount. Great. I thought the new one was going to be much the same. The bolt holes or the screw holes line up at both ends, so that was all good. But this one has this piece that actually needs to go through a hole into whatever it's mounting to. Okay, well, the old one came through a hole. Unfortunately, that hole was not dead center. Okay, could I have drilled that one out and mounted it? Maybe, but it was going to be shifted up and it was going to interfere with this bracket. So I had to measure, mark, and drill a new hole slightly off from the existing one. So now I have all my connectors in place. I'm going to be able to, and to access the wires, that one wire that had pulled off, I had to come in here and unscrew this cover panel that was hiding the wires back in this corner. So that's why I had to get the door open so I could get the panel out. So now I'm going to push these wires back in, get them tucked away, mount up the lights. Then I have to do the same thing on the other side. Fortunately, I shouldn't have to access the wires. Yeah, I shouldn't have to, assuming I'm able to cut and strip everything easily. They didn't give much room over here. No. I'm gonna have to undo that panel, fish the wires from the new light through, and then make my connectors in there where I actually have room to cut and strip wires. That's a pain, man. All the other lights, there are a couple up in the nose cone where I didn't have much, but I had like 3 or 4 inches of wire that I could pull out to play with. That's not cool. So this is what I'm dealing with. So let me get this buttoned up and should have this all put back together in the next few minutes. Okay, got that side all put back together. Now I just need to get my wires tucked away and screw that trim panel back on. But there you go. You can see that marker light down there and the tail lights. So very similar to what I had on it. The originals were solid red lens. Of course, these are the clear lens. They had the same number of LEDs in them, but just a nice clean look, and these were showing their age. And really the main reason is because I noticed that the lower screw, the backside here, had broken out. So it was just kind of flopping on there. So decided to put a new set on there while I'm at everything else. And so these look really nice. They're actually the exact same ones I have on the back of my cargo trailer. So I'll probably get another spare set of these. I want to have a spare set of every light on this. So when I'm out on the road, if anything goes out, I'll have everything I need to do a roadside repair and not have to just buy whatever I can find and jerry rig some big old light sticking on here to be legal. So yeah, that's turning out good. Let me take apart the other side, get that 3/4 inch hole drilled, and get that one mounted up. Okay, onto the other side. So I have this cover panel pulled out of the way. Was able to free up some wires and push a little more through. And then I could feel in here some wire strands. So these wires, probably when they installed this, chafed on the frame as they pushed it through. So they're all cut. All these are cut. So I'm gonna get this snipped off, get these wires pulled through, and then on the new lights, I'm gonna push the wires all the way through the inside and get everything spliced together in here. Perfection. Holes were all in the right place. Everything lined up. It is flushly mounted. Got my wires on the inside, and so now I just need to use my solder steel connectors and get those fused together and close that panel back up. There we go. Got new taillights. Man, that looks sharp with those marker lights. And let me shut this door. Yep, so you can see up there at the very front have a marker light, on the side have a marker light, have the red one there, the tail lights. Now I need to get up top. I have 2 ambers on the front nose, and I have these 5 red clearance lights to get taken care of. But those look amazing. So happy. Yeah, and actually with this back deck folded down, I'll put up the railings, and then I can get a ladder on this and reach up and get those, and I don't have to have a super tall ladder. I'll still need to come up with another ladder for doing the amber clearance lights in the front. But man, oh gosh, that wasn't as bad as I thought, having to get those marked and drilled out. It's difficult for me since I can't really see. It's holding things as steady as I can, hoping I'm getting them marked in the right place. Looking at the tape measure, and then I'll set that down, have to grab my phone with the magnifier to compare the mark to the tape measure, and hopefully it's spot on, and then trying to do that to line up the drill bits. So there's just the running lights on now. But yeah, it's a challenge, but over the years I'm getting a lot better at it. I mean, these holes were spot on. I had to be able to drill that 3/4 inch hole just perfectly to still be able to match up with my screw holes, and everything was absolutely perfect. So I am very happy with myself at the moment. I'm getting messages from friends to head over to a 4th of July party, so I'm probably gonna get cleaned up and pack this stuff up for the day, get back at it tomorrow. But yeah, man, this is gonna look so good with the new red marker lights being that bright across the top. This thing is really gonna look sharp going down the road. And like I said, today's Friday. On Monday, I'm trying to get all this stuff done, and then by Monday morning, I need to have all the machines out of here. I need to have the boat out of here. I need to have 360-degree access around this, because the folks are coming, the same folks that polished out and ceramic coated my tractor are coming to do that to this entire tiller hauler. So that's gonna look good. I have already found the aluminum fenders that I am gonna get for the sides to replace these. So yeah, I found we'll have to modify them because they are 20 inches tall. The curve comes around. So this, on mine, it's only 12 inches tall. So I found those last night online. They looked right to me. Alfred checked over everything. He agrees that we should be able to easily get those cut down and modified to fit on here. So that'll look nice, because I'll have those matching all this trim. And eventually I want to get all that polished out. So I think this is going to look really sharp, having this back to that darker gray, the nice high gloss finish, and then all this aluminum just shining on here. And yeah, next, after I get all these clearance lights done, then I'm going to need to change out these, yeah, right there, the floodlights that are above the doors. I have the two in the back up high, and then I believe there are two on the driver's side as well. So yeah, I have those up there, and then I have ones on the when it's set up, what is the back side of the camper. Those don't get used as much, but again, it is pretty nice sometimes when you're getting this thing into a campsite late at night, everything's dark, to come and turn all those lights on, and then you have really good visibility around this thing, especially once I get it switched over some nice high quality bright LEDs. Okay, so yeah, let me get this all buttoned up, and I'll be back with y'all real soon. See ya. Time to move on to the upper clearance lights. So I have, like I said, the 5 red ones in the back. I have 2 up on the nose of the trailer. So got my handy dandy mobile staircase here. So I'll be heading up here. This thing works out perfectly. Much happier doing this than being up on a ladder. So yeah, let me get these lens covers popped off and change these out just like I've been doing with the others. Whoever installed these upper clearance lights was very generous with the wiring. I have all those pulled out, and there was plenty more wire that I could keep pulling it out. So yeah, very nice. So yeah, I'll be able to get these easily cut back here, stripped, and get the new wires, or get the new lights hooked up. So yeah, I wish the whole trailer was like this. I got the first light temporarily wired up. I always like to do that before I come in and put the connectors on to make sure I have the polarity correct, because remember, with LEDs, direction does matter, polarity does matter. It is a light emitting diode, and think of it like a check valve with water. Water can go through the valve one way, it cannot go back the other. Same is true with LEDs. So I always like to just get those wires twisted together. I'm gonna go ahead and get the van moved over, and I'll plug the trailer electrical into the back of the van, turn on the clearance lights, make sure that works. If it doesn't, I'll come back here, I'll flip those wires around, make sure it works, and then I'll go ahead and put those connectors on there. Alrighty. Does anybody else have a Mercedes Sprinter? What do you think about these things? I have had this one about 5 years now. Let's see, it's a 2016 model. So it is 9 years old. I bought it when it was about 4 years old, and I think it had right at about 80,000 miles on it. It has, I think, 90 something thousand on it now. Don't put a lot of miles on it. All we really use it for is local deliveries around here. But no, this thing's handy as heck. Has a small diesel engine, so very fuel efficient. Alright. Gonna need to come back about another 2 or 3 feet. But yeah, I don't need the pickup, so it's very easy just to pull this thing over here. And when I'm working on these projects, testing things out, I can just back it up, get my power hooked in. Let's get a little light action going on, turn on the marker lights. Okay, trailer's lit up. Let's go see what we got back here. 50-50 shot. You think I got it or not? Yep. That was a good bet. Guessed right on the first time. So yeah, there you go. There's the, let me zoom in here. Obviously they don't have the lens covers on them, but you can see how much brighter that new LED is than the old incandescents over there. This thing is going to be lit up. Man, those taillights just look awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. This is gonna look really good. I got tonight, tomorrow to get all this done. And then Monday morning, bright and early, there's those front ones I need to get to right, where are we? Right up here. Yeah, so Monday morning, the folks are gonna be coming out to get this thing cleaned up, nice and shiny and ceramic coated. So I wanna have all this stuff done, so then they're just detailing it, making it look perfect. Second light, got it on the first shot. I love getting lucky, man. What do you think that's going to carry over for the next 30? That'd be a pretty good streak. We'll see. Let's see if I get lucky on another one. Oh, yes. Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday. No, it's not morning anymore. It's in the afternoon. Sorry. I have been inside doing some video editing the last couple hours. Just got another video posted. Before that, I had to be over at my store for a little while, taking care of some things and talking with some folks. I was on the phone for probably an hour or so this morning with a couple different people. So just to touch on what's been going on around here. So like I said, today is Sunday, July 6th. And 2 days ago was when the tragic flooding occurred in the Texas Hill Country. Even though where we are is a few hours away from there, it has hit our community hard. There are a number of people that are still missing, and unfortunately we've lost a couple friends that have been confirmed already. And yeah, so a lot of us are still trying to process all this. And I don't know what to say at this point. I really don't. I know as someone personally who I'm on several different boards of organizations. I have been speaking with some of those other people, and we're trying to figure out what we can do with our organizations to respond, how we can help the survivors, the members of the families that have lost people, and so, you know, I've been talking with some of the other leaders of these organizations, other business leaders in our community. Right now we are getting together this week at a location where we have a lot of the community meetings in our area. And yeah, gotta see what we can do to work together to help support our community, help support those that are going to have some long-term needs coming out of this. Again, it's probably not something I'm going to share much of, but just wanted to let y'all know just kind of the reality, the context of things around here. I spent until probably 10:30 in my shop last night working on things. My camera died, so didn't get to film the last probably 15 minutes worth of work I was doing out here. It helps having stuff to get your mind off of the hurt that you're feeling. So yeah, let me get back into this, guys. So yeah, where I left off last night, I was having good luck with getting all these hooked up with the right polarity the first time. I think there was one of them I didn't get it on the first try, but out of those 5 clearance lights, I got 4 of them hooked up the right direction the first time. Those are pretty good odds. If I was in Vegas, that'd be a great time. But yeah, so got the back end buttoned up. I'm going to figure out the best way for me to get the staircase up to the front of the camper. Should be able to barely fit that through here, get it up there so I can get those front lights going. I'll have to figure out the easiest way for me to get this moved over. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have all this stuff out of here. I don't like leaving it out overnight. I always put everything away. Try to decide how much I wanna move around, take out of here, knowing that it's gonna have to go back in tonight. But yeah, let me figure this out, and I'll get these last couple installed and try to get ready for the morning, because I got that crew showing up here at 9 a.m. So by 9 a.m. I need to have everything 360 degrees around this trailer all moved out of the way. So let me get after it and find a spot to get y'all set up. I did remember to grab my small tripod at least, so hopefully I can find somewhere to set y'all on and get you some good shots. But I'm really happy with all this. It is turning out very well. These lights show up really well, even daylight. So yeah, safety with vehicles is always a huge thing with me. So I want this to be good. Well, never mind. This is the first time I've gotten up here to the front end to take a look at things and realize that the marker lights that are up here are these tiny little round LEDs, just the one on each side. So there's nothing I can change out there. So that's gonna stay as it is. So let me, I guess, start working on getting things rearranged around here. Good morning, good morning. I just got out here, have all the doors opened up on the shop building. I've gotten some text messages from Miss McKenzie with the company that's coming out here to do all the polishing and ceramic coating. So I need to start getting some things moved out of this building and get it ready for them. Need to get these forks moved out of the way. They're just sitting right in the middle of things. That happened the other day when I was getting things swapped around in here, and then we got nailed by a thunderstorm. The same thunderstorm that ended up going and devastating the hill country. So yeah, gonna be getting this stuff moved out of here and getting it ready. Need to get some lights turned on, get the portable AC unit set up, and get things ready, because it is 8 a.m. and it is already like mid to upper 80s. So yeah, gonna get things all situated and start making this big toy hauler look better than new again. Need to get these beehives all situated. I got a spot cleared out for them yesterday, and so I'm gonna need to get the clearing head off the skid steer and get the forks so I can get those moved into their position. Today's Monday, and Friday morning is when the bees are going to be delivered. Okay. And I need to remember that my coffee is in the gator. Okie dokie. Let's see here. Get some AC going. This thing has awesome AC. Spent a couple hours working in it yesterday, and so enjoyable. Plus, when you're running one of these clearing heads, you need not just a door, but this polycarbonate impact rated door on here. And yeah, things will fly and hit you, and it is scary, but this thing stands up to it. Glass would shatter instantly, so yeah, you have to have that, or is extreme injury or even death. Where do I want to put this? I want to have this out of the way. Where do I want this? You know what? I don't have anything over here right now. I can get it out of the way, so even if I have to hook up the trailer, this shouldn't interfere with me. Oh yeah, I'm way out of the way here. Don't fall, okay? That's off. That one's the easy one. Okay, this one. There we go. There's some little dots on there that you have to line up, and they're hard to see, but fortunately I was able to get those rotated, and it came off quite easily. I will say that's one thing I really like about this John Deere. They make it very easy to relieve the pressure and get those lines off. Unlock is the bottom. All right, well, I was doing everything right, but I guess just where I was trying to set this, just the angle was a little funky, so it wasn't allowing me to get out of it, even though I was disconnected, in fact. So I just backed up a little bit, got it raised up a little bit closer in elevation to the machine, and now we're disconnected. So let me get this over by the forks, try not to make sharp turns and mess up my rock in here worse than it already is. It's been about a year now since we put all this down. It's about time I need to hook up the box blade or put the bucket on this and just get it all smoothed back out. Okay, so a lot of people will make sure they're looking for some red tabs down there. I can't see those, so I listen for 2 clicks as I hear those engaging, but then testing and making sure, yep, we are locked on. Okay, so skid steer is good. Let me get this parked out of the way. We are good there. What next? I think I'm gonna go ahead and, oh yeah, I know what's next. The pickup. The other day I got the tractor out of there, but just barely. I mean, I was up against the pickup. I had the loader up in the air. Of course, I had the forks on it, which made it more difficult, but I was right up against the drum of the door. It took me longer than it needed to, but I didn't want to have to move the pickup either. Okay. Let's get blue steel fired up here. Don't need the glow plugs, but I always use them. Okay, we're good to start. I love new batteries. That truck always, as long as it has good batteries, it fires right up. Okay, so I have plenty of room. Nothing's behind me here. Let me go ahead and flip on the lights, let that warm up for a minute. While I'm over here, I'll start up the tractor. Okay. Alrighty. AC, always need AC. Too bad this isn't one of these new fancy trucks that has the front sensors. So I'm just gonna have to guess, and hopefully I don't run over the table or a stool. Oh yeah, not bad. Not bad for a big long truck. Getting this thing snaked out of here. So 8 years ago when I moved back home, I was still driving, and so I had to, when I moved from Colorado to Texas, I went to get my Texas license again, and they basically treated it like I was a new driver. So I had to do the road test and everything. And so I'm trying to remember, it was the beginning of the road test. Before we even left the parking lot, they told me we had to parallel park. And yeah, 24 foot long truck, whatever this thing is, they don't give you a bigger spot. The space was maybe 2 feet longer than the truck, and yeah, I had to parallel park it, and I made it, but it was definitely a multi-point turn, I can definitely tell you that much. Okay, where do I want this? Where? I mean, I got plenty of room, you know what, I'm gonna take this well out of the way. Let me bring it over here behind the van. The main reason why I need to get the pickup moved is because I need to move the boat out of the way, because it is right along one side of the camper, and that's not going to give them enough room to do their thing. Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm gonna grab my coffee. Let me grab my coffee before I forget again. Gonna get the tractor moved out. That way, if they do show up before I get the boat moved, they can at least get set up and started on this side. And then I'll get the, don't need to get in there. I just need my coffee. See, I'm not thinking straight. I need my coffee. Oh, that's hot. Okay. Yep, tight fit. I will say, thank you, John Deere, for making it easy to get in and out of this cab. I know that was one of the things when I had looked at the Kubota, and hey, I'm not trying to bash Kubota. I was so close to buying, I'm trying to remember, the MX-5, I want to say, whatever that machine is. I was so close to buying it. It was a nice machine. But one of the things on the cab tractor, it was a little bit of an awkward squeeze for someone my size to fit into it. Yep, there's the crew. So let me get this thing moved out of the way. Pulled up behind me. So I'm probably gonna have to get them to move so I can squeeze out. Yep, she saw me and she moved. All good. Okay, got everything moved out, and so I have a nice big work area, and she's getting started doing a test spot, seeing what's going to work best, and then they will start working on the whole thing. So yeah, I got these little AC units going on both sides. This is a brand new one, but identical to the one I already have. So yeah, we are about to kick things into high gear. Let me just get this big power cord moved out of the way. Shut this door. Not sure what that was off of. Okay, and I need to get the mower moved. Hopefully it'll start today. I'm sure I'll have to jump that, huh? This thing's been a little temperamental. I think it definitely needs a new battery. Not sure how old this one is. That was amazing. Did not think that was going to start. Busy morning, but making some good progress around here. The folks doing the trailer work took a lunch break, so I decided to as well, but we're getting back at it now. Well, I was headed out here to see how the progress is going, but I got tied up for about an hour and a half taking care of computer things. So yeah, heading back in here now. Let's see, sounds like they're on the back side now. Reflections, this is exciting. So yeah, you can see that went through here, have everything polished up, of course have all the edges. They're going to use a smaller grinder tomorrow, smaller polisher, to get into all those detail areas. But yeah, it is looking wonderful. Okay, time for another look at the progress. So it is looking awesome. It's amazing being able to see reflections in this. The decals are looking beautiful. So Mackenzie is getting up to the nose of it now. I was just walking around the backside and something caught my attention. This absolutely looks incredible. So the vents for the refrigerator, this panel here is metal, and oh my gosh, it shined. Stickers look great, but that thing, I mean, it is just a mirror finish. That's what it looked like before, totally oxidized, but this painted metal with that decal on it, it really looks amazing. So yeah, Tomas here is just going around again like he did on the other side. He's doing the whole lower section, and then Mackenzie will be going on the upper section and getting it all polished out, working their way around. So they should finish up with that today, and then tomorrow Tomas will be going with the smaller polisher, getting all of the trim done, and then Mackenzie is going to be working on detailing. So this thing, I could not be happier. The folks from Leading Edge are doing a great job. Crew has wrapped up for the day, and they ran out of the 20 pads that they brought with them, but they made some really good progress. So they got this whole side done. Of course, like I said, they have the detail stuff to come back and do. They do still have the nose cone to do tomorrow. But yeah, this side is looking great. And then obviously it started with the very back. So other than that top strip above the awning and the borders, that's all done and looks great. I folded the ladder back up for now because I am getting everything put away for the night. That panel, like I said, looks incredible. This one still looks ugly. I'm not sure if he doesn't like he even tried to work on that yet. That's probably where he ran out of pads. This panel looks way better than it did because that one had looked about like this one did. Like I said, I'll be coming back and replacing all the weather stripping around it. So yeah, really, really happy with the results, and they're awesome people. I love working with really fun, nice people. So let me finish getting some things scooted around in here and get all the equipment put away for the night, get this place secure and locked up, and I will see y'all again in the morning. Back on beehive preparation. In just 4 short days, these will be filled up with lots of occupants. So I need to finish getting them ready. I am going to figure out which one I want to have 2 hives on. And then I'm going to run these straps over the hives to get them secure. And then I have the forks on the skid steer. And I'm going to see about getting these moved over to the area that I cleared yesterday. And there we go. Got 3 hives all ready to go. So like I had added the eye bolts on the outsides the other day, I went ahead and added one more here in the middle because when I put a strap on here at first, it was trying to shift some of the boxes over to pull these together. So I had added that third one in the middle. Now they're both strapped down nice and tight. This one's sitting by itself for now. We'll see how this works. So yeah, let me grab the skid steer and get these picked up and moved over to their new location. I really wish I had somebody here spotting me right now. I can't really tell where those are. And unfortunately, I can't jump out of this with the arm not all the way down. So let me see if I can zoom in here and see if I can use this to. Man, I just cannot tell. Oh, also have the sun coming right over the building in my eyes right now. I've just moved and now the sun is right in my eyes. Not sure what to do here. Problem is the camera's focusing on the dirty windshield and I can't. That's my problem. I was starting to be able to focus on them. But then when the cloud moved and the sun came out, now it's making the camera focus on the windshield instead of where I need to focus. Alright, let me see if I can figure this out. I really don't want to damage these. This is a frustrating type of thing for me to do by myself. Okay, so I went ahead and I took a chance that I felt like the forks were at the right height and I started to roll forward slightly, just paying attention to any resistance, to especially if I was up high, and I started to touch the hives with the forks. I didn't, so I went in. I then went to lower the forks to see if I was actually below the pallet, but the forks came down and stopped, so I could tell that they were right in the fork pockets. I don't want to go all the way in because I think the forks would stick out and I don't want to risk poking into the side of the building. So I'm gonna call it good right there. So let me pick up on this. Alright, well, let's roll and hopefully this works out. Because they're just stacked too. Not only are they not attached to the stand, but you know, all the different boxes. And sometimes the beeswax makes them stick together really, really well. But sometimes boxes will just slide right apart. So I was thinking about putting it over in that area that I cleared at first. But it seems like that area is getting a lot of sunlight in the afternoon. This area here, I don't know if it's just because it might just be the time of the year, the way the sun is right now. Maybe in a few months this will be getting a lot more direct light. I don't know. But again, this is just my first spot to put them. I can always move them. And look at those clouds. They are growing very quickly coming in from the south. I haven't looked at the weather in a while, but I would not be surprised if we get some rain in the next half hour. Those clouds are huge and getting darker as they're coming in. Okay. Oh, good. I got some cold AC blowing. Whew. Okay, I'll move the gator. Who parked that there? For a second I was thinking, why was that not going to fit? But it's because I didn't back that one up yet. Just need to get the pickup in, I'll put the van in, and then I'll get that parked. Here we go. Again, I wish I had a spotter, but Don't have anybody else available. You know, let me go take a look, see where I am. Well, it's actually looking pretty good. Oh yeah, plenty of room up here. I'm just trying to, I don't know if I might get it over tight enough where I am at that angle. Let's see what I can do. Okay, let's see how close I got it to where I wanted it. Might be a little further back than I wanted. Could have come over just a little bit, but that's a decent walkway. You know what? I think that's gonna be pretty good. Let me just straighten it out just a scotch. There we go. Straighten out the wheels and pull forward. Okay, I think I'm gonna like it there. Not bad at all. Yep, I can deal with that. All right, let me go get White Lightning next. Let's get that turned off. There we go. Don't want YouTube getting upset with us. Yep, it is definitely getting dark quickly. It's, what is it, about 4 o'clock? 4:40. I was gonna say it's been about this time lately that these storms seem to keep building around here. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. A lot of room to get Gator McCluskey parked for the night. Yeah, before I do that, I'm gonna go do a trash run to load up the trash here and what I have at the house and get this taken care of. And then finish getting things put away right before this rain starts. Hopefully I do better than last week. I mean, I was just getting the skid steer out, I had the tractor out, and it just opened up and dumped on me. I can feel right now the temperature is dropping quickly. All the stuff from this second air conditioner, which the ceramic coaters really liked. I greatly appreciated them coming out to me. That way I didn't have to figure out how to get the toy hauler off of I-45 up in Conroe. And so yeah, they did me a favor by coming out to me, and so I made sure that they had some AC blowing on them and another fan moving some air around in the shop, and they were ecstatic. Good morning. So I just got a text from Miss McKenzie letting me know they are on the way. I love working with people who communicate well like that. I was just making my coffee and getting ready to come out here and start getting everything opened up for them. So it looks like we are right on time. It is, we did end up getting a thunderstorm yesterday afternoon, and yeah, by the evening I was tired. Got to bed early last night, slept very, very well. Let's get the gate opened up here. Okay. Let's get this opened. There we go. Okay. So, what do we got going today? It's going to be a very, very busy day. So I had booked these folks to be out here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So today's day 2. I got this booked a few weeks ago. I did have a scheduled board meeting today for one of the boards I'm on, Ace Hardware Texas. That was supposed to be an in-person meeting, but with everything going on, I'm going to be attending that one virtually. So that's a huge help, because then I have a kind of surprise meeting that popped up with all the disaster stuff going on. We're having a meeting with a group of local business owners and leaders in our community. So yeah, we'll be meeting with them this afternoon early. So yeah, it's gonna be a very full day. So right now it is just before 8:30. They should be here probably in the next 20 to 30 minutes. So I need to get everything pulled outside for them. I really need to figure out why Bay 3 door squeals sometimes. Sometimes it works perfectly. But other times you get this chatter and then it stops, the door stops, and it reverses itself. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so it is 8:20 in the morning. I anticipate they will be here in the next 30 minutes, so I need to get everything pulled outside, get this work area ready for them. I have my board meeting at 10 a.m. Then one of my friends is picking me up at 1:30 to go to that other meeting. So let's get busy. That took me probably about 10 minutes. So yeah, got everything all pulled out. Got the 2 portable AC units fired up. Actually, this one, yep, it is running. Okay. So yeah, got both those ready. Got the work area all cleaned out. So it is ready. They should be showing up probably in the next 10 to 20 minutes. So we are right on time. All right, here come Mackenzie and Tomas pulling in to start a long, hard day of work.
That like little layer right there, that's still where that oxidation is still at. So we're aiming for this right there.
Yeah.
Trying to still pull that out.
It's pretty cool. So I haven't zoomed in on that. And each pass, you see the shine getting a little more.
Yeah, you see it getting worked and worked.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and so after you made like the 3rd pass right there, all of a sudden I could see your reflection in the toy hauler.
I know, it's like it just takes a few passes, a little bit more pressure than you would typically use.
Yeah.
And then you'll start working all that oxidation off. And you come back this direction, and that's when you know, because you always end towards the left, and that's when you see, boom, that's that finish.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, you come back this way, work it. start to see that awesome off.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
Good morning, gang. Getting going around here again. Yesterday was a long day. Didn't get wrapped up, putting things away until right around midnight last night. Had a meeting in the afternoon and then dinner meeting. Got back here, got things put away. It was late. Back at it again early. Should have the folks showing up here in the next 30 to 40 minutes. And they'll be doing their final prep and getting ready to ceramic coat today. Did discover yesterday had a problem with the extend on all my hydraulics on the RV, and so Alfred and I were doing some diagnostics, and looks like it's one of the solenoids. The solenoid is activating for going down with everything. If we try to pressure up, in particular the front jacks that have a lot of weight on them, when you push the up button, the extend button, it will lower. So it's actuating the valve, but it is not energizing the pump. On the retract side, everything's working just fine. It's operating the valve, it's kicking on the pump. So did some testing with the multimeter and such, and yeah, tracked it down to, it looks like we have a bad solenoid. So got one reunited, should be here today. And yeah, hopefully that fixes things. I was not expecting that at all. Haven't had any issues with this thing. It's funny, it didn't move for a long time. Then had no problem operating everything, get it moved over here to the new building. Sat in that spot for a long time. And then here just about a month later, all of a sudden it doesn't work. So guess that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, just trying to figure out where I want to situate things today. Where I had this parked yesterday, we got a lot of rain in the afternoon, so it's kind of muddy right over there. So I'm gonna try to nose it up right here, right by the door where it's nice and solid and fairly dry. And just realized I left my coffee behind. I'm gonna have to go back after that. So yeah, need to get the tractor and the skid steer pulled out, get the boat pushed back, and everything will be ready for the folks to show up here and get to work. Alright, y'all have seen this the last couple days, so I'm gonna set you down now and gonna get to work, and I'll be back with y'all in just a little bit. Alright, now the ceramic coating is finally going on. This is gonna get it all sealed up and very, very shiny. That's looking awesome, Tomas.
Yeah.
You're welcome. That guy has been very busy the last several days. He is doing a great job. And then, of course, we have Miss Mackenzie still polishing things out on the backside. So this backside had been facing the south for several years, and so this had the majority of the sun exposure throughout the year. So it is cleaning up nicely, but this side was a lot harder to polish out than the rest of it. So they gone through yesterday, and now she's just going back through, working on all the details of it, and then still has the nose cone to finish up. Yesterday, while I was on my meeting in the morning in the house, it just started dumping rain. We got probably a couple inches of rain, and so they weren't able to get that nose cone, but they were able to focus on everything else. And then I'm waiting on delivery with that new solenoid for the hydraulic system. Hopefully it'll get here soon and we can get that thrown on here. Once we do, fingers crossed, everything works, and we can pull the big slide out so they can finish getting that all polished up under the edges. Right here was where that dealership decal, raised decal was, and it was peeling, it was falling off, it was looking pretty gnarly. They got that polished out really nicely. It is really smooth. So this gel coat finish is looking great. I'm so happy that all the decals have held up on this thing. It's just, I mean, I'm blown away. As bad as this thing was looking with all the oxidation, it is really polishing up nicely. Especially, oh my gosh, both of these pieces, but this one looks so cool with all the graphics. And then on the front panel, let's see, under the nose, the cover over the generator. There you go. Mackenzie got that polished up yesterday as well, so that has a nice mirror finish on it. But I cannot wait to see this nose cone polished up. So there's a good shot of how it looks now. And here in a few hours, we'll be showing the final product on this. All right, Jeff here again with Tomas from Leading Edge Car Care, and he's gonna talk about this project that we just wrapped up here.
First of all, it doesn't even look like the same RV anymore. It's complete night and day difference. It was dull, ashy, and gray, and now it's nice and shiny, ready to be on the road for some adventures. First, we started off by polishing the entire RV front to the back, and then we hit it with our 7-year ceramic coating to make sure it's protected and it'll stay nice and shiny for its road it's going to see.
All right, very good.
Perfect.
Awesome,
So
good job.
awesome.
Come on, Mackenzie.
All right.
You gotta say something.
Hey everybody, Mackenzie here with Leading Edge Car Care. We just killed it on this thing. We've been working on it for 3 days. We're exhausted, but it looks amazing. Y'all gotta check it out.
Yep, it was hot out here, but they worked really hard. They did a phenomenal job. This thing is 10 years old now. It definitely needed some TLC, and it looks better than what I remember it looking when it was brand new. So super happy with the project. Can't wait to work on something else with them again.
We
All
can't
right.
either.
All right, see y'all soon.